Okay, I want to spend just a little bit of time showing you how we catch crappie, and I've got a variety of things that I want to show you. I'm going to just start with crankbaits. They're the two best crankbaits that I know of for crappies, and for years we have used a number 5 shad wrap. This lure is a little bit different because it does not have a rattle. There's a lot of argument about rattles and whether they're better or not. This lure has just been a killer for us for just forever. And you control that, or you can throw that off the banks in 10 foot of water, kind of parallel the banks with that, and you're going to catch everything with that. You're going to catch everything from catfish, bass, crappie, bluegill, all of it. And you have a lot of fun with that lure. But a lure that I think is better is this one. And I don't know if this is new or not, but both of these lures, you have to keep in mind, they look like shad. And so these are the kind of lures that match the hatch, so to speak. This is what the fish eat. They eat shad that are about this size. And if you listen to this one, it's got a rattle, and it has a very effective rattle. And so this is now the lure that I pick up. This is the one that is doing most of the work for me when I'm casting. Okay, so this is the type of rod that I throw this on. I think that the Pflueger President reel is, for the money, is absolutely a great outfit. Now, that's that same lure that I'm throwing that on, and it casts really well, and that's actually a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. And if you haven't tried the new Nanofill, which is this new white line here, and it's put together with a back-to-back uniknot, and this casts right through there, and the sensitivity of this thing's amazing because it basically has zero stretch with the Nanofill in it, and you can feel this lure no matter how far you cast it out. You can feel it. And so you don't want, when a fish grabs that lure, you don't want slack line. And if you have a line that stretches a lot, you're not going to get a hook set, and you're going to feel the fish, and the rod tip's going to go down, and you're just going to miss the fish. It's going to spit it. And so this line having no stretch on a rod that is pretty stiff is going to get a really good quick hook set, and you're going to do a lot better with this type of an outfit. Okay, so for you jig fishermen, and I'm a jig fisherman, I like to jig fish. I like to use something that is quite a little bit shorter in terms of the size of the rod, and I like the green line. You can see it. I'm 50 years old now. I have trouble seeing. I fish with a lot of older guys, and when we can see that green line, it just helps us be able to tie knots easier, and I don't think it makes a bit of difference. Now, I have some buddies that absolutely won't fish it. So just kind of figure out what you like to do. They say that it spooks them. I fish side by side. I can't tell a difference. But anyway, I just want to talk to you about a couple of different jig styles that I've got here. And as we zoom in on these jigs, basically, if you look, I want to point out this curly tail situation. And most of this stuff you can buy, and you can buy just about anywhere, but there are some things you need to know about these. Now, first of all, you'll notice that if you flip this jig over, it goes from being a gray jig to kind of a pearl white jig. And so as you're fishing it, there's a lot more fish down there than you think there are. And if you put a camera down there, you'll see that. But what I want to show you is that if the fish are keying on this dark color on one side, the fish will come from this side and they'll hit it. But if they like the white color, they'll hit it from this side because they like the white. So these jigs that are from Southern Pro, that are two-sided jigs, they give you something that's pretty cool. They give you 2 colors in one. And so you go from pearl to blue here, and from a chartreuse to a green. And as this tail flips in the water, it looks like a shad as it swims, and I like the sparkle tail. It's really cool. If I'm looking for, in this situation, something that matches a small shad, as this comes through the water with this sparkly tail, this is really the go-to lure for me, is this little smoke grub. And when I'm on the spawn and I'm trying to do something very aggressive, because the fish will hit about anything and they'll swim and attack in that mode, then this is the type of thing that I'm looking for. I'm looking for the most aggressive colors that I can find. Here you have this red hook from Southern Pro. These are the finest jig heads that I know of. And they're super sharp. And regarding this issue of how heavy this jig should be, I'm not a light jig fan, probably because I am impatient. And if I get it in the crappie's face, the crappie doesn't have a scale and doesn't weigh that thing out. So what I want to do is I want to get the jig in the fish's face fast, and I don't want to waste time watching it sink and watching the line go down. I like for it to go down pretty fast. There are times when I will even switch to a 1/4 ounce, and not very often, but I'm kind of a fan of the 16th and the 1/8 ounce. And over here in this group, what we have is kind of the winter jigs that have less action. I have a buddy that this is the only thing that he will fish, is this pink application. I like this one. I like this one. The main thing is to find active fish on any particular day. And so once if you're fishing around magic structure and it's wintertime, cold water, anytime below 50 degrees, there's no twisty tail. This looks like a lot of different insect patterns that swim all over the United States. And probably my go-to money lure is this one right here, this orange and a little bit of green flake in this, sort of green and orange, kind of a crawdad color. Has probably caught more fish for me. I have a lot of confidence in this one. And so those are some things to remember when you're fishing jigs. These are kind of the summer jigs. These are kind of the winter jigs. In the summer, we're looking for maybe a little bit more action. And then in the winter, we're looking for that insect imitator. And if you look at a lot of the insects that are in the water in the wintertime, a lot of them have got this type of tail that sticks off. And that's why that pattern has become very popular. It's because it mimics the insect life that's in the lake.